Hi there. My name is Ellen Mugwanda if you're here for the first time. If you've always been here, I'm glad you're watching my videos again and I'm glad that you're following. Alright, so I haven't done a video in a week and this is something which is so unlike me. If you've been following. This is so unlike me, but I'm glad that I'm back. I had to move places, so I got a new place and I'm super excited about it. It's everything that I wanted, so I'm happy about that. So I'm in a pretty good place right now. So today I wanted to talk about crystals because I've been getting a lot of questions about crystals, and I haven't spoken about crystals, which is why that came off as a serious surprise. But because crystals are very instrumental to my path, I'm glad, and I'm gladly gonna talk about them. All right. So the first crystal that I ever got was a hemimorphite, and if you know me personally, you know that I like rocks in general. Like I'm just super. I'm a hoarder. If you were to come to my office, I have like rocks on my window pane. You know, because if I see a rock that is kind of cute or that just seems kind of nice, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm taking it home. So for crystals, it was supernatural for me to get into them. But today I want to talk about, you know, like the healing qualities and the benefits of having a crystal and how I use them and how you can also get to using them. So like I mentioned, the first crystal that I ever got came to me. I got it from my boyfriend. His name is Nigel. Thanks, babe. So the first crystal I ever got was a hemimorphite. So I'm going to be showing you what I have, okay? So this, oh, okay. This is a hemimorphite, all right? It's a really cool and calming color. This is a hemimorphite. This was my first crystal ever, and it changed a lot of things about like the way I do things generally. But if you want to know more information about a hemimorphite, it affects the heart chakra, it affects the throat chakra, and it also affects the third eye chakra, which is like right here. So these are, if you don't know a lot about chakras, I'm doing that in my next video. So if you're already kind of confused, you can maybe first watch that video before you get into the other one, before you get into that particular one. But either way, you can kind of connect it after watching both videos. All right. So when it comes to the hemimorphite, if you have a hemimorphite, or you're thinking of getting one, it's a Libra stone, and its characteristics are basically light activation. It balances your auras and emotional healing and communication. If you know about chakras, you know that the third chakra, which is the throat chakra, deals with communication. All right. So if you've also seen chats that have the color symbolization of, is that even a word? That have color symbols for chakras, you'll know that it corresponds with color. So if you're going to, like for example, if you want to deal with your heart chakra, with your throat chakra, you're going to pick blue, which is what you'll see on the charts as well, blue. So you can pick a crystal based on color coordination, and this is kind of what the crystal deals with. All right, I hope I made that clear. And it's also important for channeling as well as empathy. So if you're around this stone, you're likely mostly going to feel a lot of empathetic feelings for other people, which is great, and it helps with emotional healing. If you're dealing with heartbreak or whatever it is that you're dealing with, it's perfect. And it's also good for aura balancing, because some of the issues that I would have is I'm already like naturally an empath. So whenever I would be around other people, sometimes I'd suck in their energies. So when you have this rock, it helps to balance these energies. Because what would happen for me was, whenever I was around someone that was going through something, I'm naturally a listener, so people usually tell me their stories. So when they're telling me their stories, I catch on really quickly, and I'm able to give out something to them, and then at the end of the conversation they feel like renewed, they feel great, but I don't feel great. I'll end up feeling super drained and not okay at all. So once I got this stone, I was able to balance all of my energies. It helped me to balance my energies so that now when I'm talking to someone, I don't feel drained at all, because it just helps me to balance all of that. So this is something that it's also helpful for. And if you're wondering, like physically, on physical health, what it may help with, it helps with PMS symptoms, and it also relieves headaches. So if you're into crystal healing, if you have a headache, you could like put it maybe where it hurts and just leave it there, and just focus on receiving healing. This is what it's about. And it also helps when you're moving through hormonal shifts. It helps when it helps for the treatment of disorders in the blood. It helps to soothe ulcers, and it's a pain reducer. It really is. And it can be, you can use it to provide support for like dieting and body maintenance. So it's a lot of things. It's a huge package that is within the hemimorphite. I have my notes here so that I don't forget. So if I'm looking on the side, I'm here. I'm here, but I just need to like make sure I'm still talking about this right thing here, right? So on the suggestions for use on how you can use it, if you're trying to seek your highest potential, it's kind of encouraged to sort of have it around you. It's also a creative stone, so it helps you whenever maybe you want to have more creative ideas. If you're an artist, it helps. If you're a business person, it also helps because you can carry it around you, and it kind of helps to unclog the parts of you that give out creativity. If you feel a bit clogged up, you can have a hemimorphite, and you're gonna come up with brilliant ideas, like really. And you can also place it on your throat chakra, and this will increase the ability to clear, express whatever it is that you're trying to talk about. Like I talked about the third chakra, which is the communication chakra, the throat chakra. Yeah. So it helps that it goes to the places that need that healing attention, and it works on that. So it clears and it energizes the heart, the throat, and the third chakra. All right. It also helps to increase your frequency. So when you're meditating, it's a great stone to have. And if you're going to put it around some of your other crystals, you might want to combine it with like smithsonite, andalusite, pyrite, aragonite, and probably calcite. Calcite is good. All right. So with the blue hemimorphites, like I said, it energizes well with any other stones that have a color that is closer to it, because these stones also radiate the same uses. So if you're trying to start on crystals and you're a beginner at this, hemimorphite is a good one to have. This was my first one. This was my first one, like ever, and I would suggest it for anyone that is trying to start on crystals. And okay, so that's on their hemimorphite. The other crystal that I'm going to talk about, it took me a while to understand how to use this one, but my next crystal is my Milky Quartz. Oh, hey, super bright. All right, this is my Milky Quartz crystal. All right, it's so bright and it's kind of big, which is kind of makes it really hard to. Oh, okay. See, it's got that really cool shine there, and it's one of its best attributes. It's a really pretty stone. All right, so that's my Milky Quartz. It's really cold. Okay, so this rock is part of the quartz family, and it comes in all different shades. But keep in mind that if you're gonna see like a rose quartz or anything like that, most of the time They're not naturally like that. They're doctored so that they look a particular way. But it doesn't change anything about how they work, really. Even if it looks green or whatever, it still has its core qualities, which is great. So for the Milky Quartz, it's a very spiritual rock, and um, it's also cool to wear. So you can have this around you, maybe smaller though. You could put it in necklaces, you can put it in bracelets. Really, you can do that for any crystals that you're using. You can put them somewhere where you can always have them. I don't have any ones that I move around with. I like that. I just have this because I like trees. But this affects your crown chakra, and it's a great spiritual healer gemstone. I'm all about spirituality, guys. All right, and this is like found in a lot of places. It's probably the most easiest to find out of any of the crystals. It's super easy to find, and it's people actually say this is like the most abundant stone on the earth. Just like the quartz, not like a milky quartz in particular, but just like the quartz stone is generally easier to find anywhere. So the meaning of it is no, let's not say the meaning of it, but like let's go straight into its healing qualities. Okay, so this one has a lot of healing qualities, and it also has a lot of things that it stands for. It's great for emotional stress, and it's great for reducing negative energies that could be around you or in your system. It also increases self-confidence, and it enhances public speaking skills. I probably need to use this more. Okay, and the Milky Quartz also amplifies wisdom and sharpens the mind. And this is also why it's a very spiritual stone, because it works with the things that are generally inside. And another cool thing is it helps you to memorize things quickly, which is why I said again, you should probably consider having this around you, like on you, whether it's a bracelet or like a necklace, or maybe even earrings, because I'm into earrings, so that would be like really cool. And Milky Quartz aligns all of your chakras, and this is a biggie, especially if you're into meditation like I am. It's a great meditation stone because it aligns all of your chakras. So if you are going to meditate with your Milky Quartz, you might want to hold it in your hands as you're meditating, or you put it around you. Okay, my boyfriend just distracted me. or you put it around you for meditation. It helps. I really just got distracted. Okay, so it helps you. Sorry. It helps you to focus, and it helps in boosting knowledge and your listening ability. So this eventually means that it helps with your intuition as well. If you have this rock, it helps you boost your knowledge, your overall knowledge, because it just gives you like a need to search for certain knowledge, and your listening ability is super high, whether to other people or your inner you, which is extremely important, by the way, for your intuition. If you're going to be on this path, you need to follow your intuition very strongly. This is the voice that the source or spirit or God is going to use to communicate with you. So your intuition needs to be very strong. It's also termed as the observation crystal. Now on this one, I'm not quite sure why, but I'll look into it. And it balances the hormonal growth in your body. It's a really calming stone. You won't really go all ballistic. And it's a light crystal to sway away from the internal diseases in the human body. I promise you guys, if you get yourself a Milky Quartz, it's going to change your life. You're not going to get sick just out of the blue and all of that. If you have this around you, it's going to help your body, it's going to help your environment, it's going to help your mental as well as your spirit, which is super important. And it also has the healing property that protects against the great radiations of the sun and chemicals. Someone told me a trick that, since I'm always on the computer all of the time, if you're going to be using your computer a lot, put your Milky Quartz close to the computer so that, you know, the what do they call them? Like something about blue light, like the radiations that come from your computer that affect your eyes, that affect your brain and all of that. If you have this, it's gonna steer away all of that radiance. This is science proven, by the way. So get this, guys, get it. And it gives a lot of joy and confidence, which is important. So I'm not sure if I did justice to this, but I also have an amethyst, but it's playing hide and seek with me. Like I told you, I just moved, so I cannot find a lot of my stuff yet because I'm still trying to fix my new space. But these crystals have helped me the most, and I just have to. A lot of other people have, like, there's no limits to the amount of crystals that you can have. All right, these are important, but they're only important when you know how to use them, when you understand what their use is. But also keep in mind that the power of these crystals is not always just, it's not like you just pick up a crystal and then it immediately starts doing these things. Most of the time you must understand that the power is also within you, and without the power that you already have, this thing is not like super important. Okay, but this also taught me a lot about how, you know, we don't need the earth. Like the earth doesn't need us, and we need the earth. And also how everything that we can ever need is already on this planet, and the earth has already given us all of these things, such as these rocks. These are rocks that are not even worth anything. People just use them maybe for jewelry and stuff, but they're not really super expensive, so it's easy to get them. They're gonna be cheap. I only have two because I don't move around a lot, but these are super important. And I'm actually thinking, as soon as I figure out how to get crystals, I would love to get some to my viewers. I could possibly even do a giveaway. So you might be lucky, you just might be getting yourself a crystal. So yeah, I hope this was useful. I had to write down all of the info because I didn't want to forget it and I didn't want to say the wrong thing. So if you want to know more about crystals or you have questions, you can put them in the comment box below, or you can talk to me directly, whatever it is that you want to know, something that I forgot to mention. I'd love to talk about it, really. I'd be super interested to start up a conversation on that. So I hope this helped. In the next video, we're going to be talking about chakras. So I'll see you in that video. And if you've already started on crystals, I'd love to know what your experience has been. For me, it's been amazing. I don't get sick so often anymore, and whenever I'm going to sleep, I usually put my hemimorphite under my pillow because it helps to, like, when you're having nightmares and all of that stuff, it's important to have this if you want those to like stop. And also, it, like I said, this boosts your confidence. If you have an interview or something that you're about to get into that is super important and you don't want to mess up, you can have this with you. Or you can get a bracelet done that has like a small little inch of it, and it still helps. It still makes the greatest difference. So I hope that we all get into a habit of working with the things that are already on planet Earth. And I hope that this helps to make someone's lifestyle much better. It has helped me immensely, and is still helping me immensely, especially in my meditations and my day-to-day life. It also helps, like, not to be a shitty person basically. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions or if you want to talk about something that is connected to these things, I'd love to get into a conversation with you. And I hope we start doing that giveaway pretty soon. So see you in the next video. Bye.